Okay, I am recording. Let me put it in gallery view. Maybe. Okay, so tonight I'm just going to go over a bunch of stuff like that newbies need to be aware of in case your uplines don't go over it with them, or just reminders and all that kind of fun stuff. So I'm just going to start with, hi, you're new, so don't feel like overwhelmed with everything, because I know there's like a million different things that we try to teach you guys all at the same time. But I promise everybody will get the hang of it. It just takes practice, because really it's not that many things that we do. It's just doing those things over and over and over again. So once you learn the things, it's really it's really easy to get the hang of them. You just have to get into the habit of doing them. And I'm pretty sure it takes 21 days to make a habit. So like once you're in it 21 days and you've been doing it consistently for the 21 days, it's a habit at that point. So you'll just wake up and start doing it, I'm sure. Goodness, my computer is spazzing out. Sorry. Go away. Don't want you. Okay. Okay. So with that being said, you kind of want to have like a checklist of some sort. We all kind of have like a 6 list, which is like 6 things that we do every day without fail. I kind of have longer than a 6 list because I kind of like spread them out into things. But most people's basic 6 list consists of messaging people, growing your network, posting, following up with people, doing some sort of self-development, and interacting with people. Those are kind of the 6 generic, like 6 lists that you want to do. So like 6 things you want to do every day are those 6 things. You can change it to 4 things. You can narrow it down if you need to. Just like whatever helps you remember what you need to do every day. Like you can take interacting and make that part of growing your network, because that's you interacting with people in your network. So my 6 list is kind of longer than that. I make a whole checklist with like tasks in Google Keeps app. So like my Google Keeps app has like 12 or 13 things that I do every day, and each of those tasks takes me anywhere from like 2 to 10 or 15 minutes. So whenever I have a couple minutes, I'll just do a task or a couple tasks off of there, and I'll get to check it off because I'm a big checklist person. So like I like being able to check things off that I'm doing. Yeah, so you just kind of have to make a list for yourself. If you don't have a list for yourself, you can always, of course, ask your upline to help you make a list, or just use the basic generic list that I just used. Mine is more detailed, so I'll be like message 50 people every day, follow 100 people on Instagram, follow 20 people, or friend 20 people on Facebook, stuff like that. You could make yourself like a little picture to help you remember, just whatever's going to help you get consistently in the habit of doing those things every day. Because once you're consistently doing them, people are going to be watching you and they're going to be like, oh, this girl's actually doing something with this. Like she's been doing it for like a while now. It's not just like 1 week and then you don't do anything anymore, or just like once a week and they're like, that's interesting. They're like actually interested at that point once you've been doing it for a little while consistently. Another thing as a newbie that you want to try to do is kind of get in your mind like what goals you have for yourself. Maybe with like you personally, what you want to do with your life, or maybe just goals you have about the business, like how much money you want to try to make a month, and that kind of stuff. I recommend making like a dream board. I have a dream board in my room. It has like pictures of dogs on there that I want, pictures of pools, pictures of like a beach house, places I want to travel, because that's what I want to spend my money on. And that's what like my goals are in this business, is to make enough money to be able to do those things on my dream board. It also has like Bible verses on there and little inspirational quotes and everything. So it helps to look at your goals every day or to write them down every day. Rachel Hollis has this thing where you write down like 10 goals that you have for yourself, and you write those same 10 goals every day, like for forever. I did that for like a month and it was pretty cool, but I ended up just doing the little thankful journal part of it that she had. So she would have you write down 5 things you were grateful for that day and then your 10 goals. And I just do the grateful thing now, but if you're a person that likes to write and writing will really put it in your brain, you may want to do that as well. I just like having my dream board. I can look at that every day. It's in my room. I see it all the time. I also have I have like kind of a dream board on my phone. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see it. If I turn the brightness up or down, if I turn it up, that does not help. If I turn it down, does it help? Yes, hold on, do my lock screen. Okay, so it says like, these are my goals for this year. To go diamond, get $10,000 in my savings account, to get a $2,500 paycheck, to do self-development every day, to build friendships and a local team. So just like seeing your goals every day somewhere will help you stay motivated. Okay, another thing I want to go over is one of your first goals should be to get your coffee samples sold, unless you want to use them all for yourself, which you can do too if you like them. But selling your coffee samples is as simple as telling people you have coffee samples to sell. Like literally like putting little things on your story every day about it with like polls so that people can vote like, yes, I want this, or please. Put 2 positive polls, like, yes, I want this, and please. Don't put like yes and no, because then people vote no and you're just like, okay, you don't want coffee, got it. But if you have 2 positive ones, then you can message all the people that click on both of them. And sometimes people accidentally do it, but then they're still interested. And sometimes people accidentally do it and they just don't answer. And that's fine, because there's also people who are like, yes, I meant to do that. Please tell me more. And then you just tell them what Skinny Brew is, and you tell them, like, I'm selling it for $18, $15, $20, whichever one you want to try to do. Kind of depends on what area you're in, and if you're like a rich area or not rich area, depending on who you're selling it to. And you want to just get with your upline maybe on a script about that as well. Also just putting posts up like on Facebook, typing out posts like, hey, I'm sending out 5 Skinny Brew coffee samples of our new coffee. It's fat burning and metabolism boosting. You get a 3-day supply. Drop a coffee emoji below if you're interested. And then you get to message all those people that are interested. So you get 7 of those in your starter kit. I think 4 of them are like actually come to your house, and 3 of them are online that you can ship anywhere around the US at least. I'm not 100% sure if you can ship them to other countries or not. After you get your coffee sample sold, or at the same time, depending on how well you are at multitasking. If not, it's not a big deal. Focus on your coffee samples. Once you get there, you go to the next step, which is getting your 6 loyal customers in your first 30 days. So you want to kind of stay on top of it a little bit, because if you're just trying to sell your coffee samples and you're not having huge success in that, you may just want to go into the loyal customers, because you want to get those 6 people in your first 30 days to get your $150 shopping spree, which is your first bonus with the company. You get $150 then of free product, which you can get more samples to sell, or you can get stuff to use yourself, because it's always good to be a product of the product and use the products so that people see you using the products, because that is going to help you sell it even more, because people are going to be like, what do you think about it? What does it taste like? Etc. So your upline, of course, will be there. I'm sure if not, you can find me and I'll message me with like how to get people as loyal customers. Different people have different ways. I personally use Host to Post on Facebook a lot, which is something that we do as like a giveaway. You get people to put a post up for you. Some people message directly about like, hey, do you want to try some products out for me? It really depends on like what works for you and what you want to try out, but just try a couple different things. Whatever like clicks for you, you use that. So once you get your 6 loyal customers, you will also get with that 3 product rewards, okay? So every time you sign up 2 customers, you get 1 product reward. So your first 2 customers, you get a product reward. Next 2 customers, now you have 4, you get another product reward. Next 2 customers, now you have 6, you get a third product reward and your $150 shopping spree. Okay, so now what is a product reward? A product reward is something that you can order on eSuite. It's just a product that you get for super cheap so that you can then turn around and sell it to make cash for samples or use it yourself and you got it super cheap. Wraps are on there for $20 for a 4-pack, which is amazing. Facials are on there for I think the same thing. Keto coffee is on there. Keto energy might be on there now. And the samples are on there for like a 5-pack for like $18, which is the last thing that I got with my last product reward. So you have those 3 product rewards and your $150 shopping spree. So you have tons of ways to get super cheap product to use yourself or to sell for cash. Okay, now that you have your 6 loyal customers and you have all your product that you're using and you're selling it to people, you also want to then start focusing on going Ruby. Okay, so now this is after you've gotten your 6 loyal customers. That means that you're now commission qualified. You don't need to worry about keeping customers underneath of you. So let me backtrack real quick. I'm sorry. We're going to go over commission qualified real quick. So to be commission qualified, which means to get paid each month, your first month, you're just automatically commission qualified. You don't need to do anything or worry about anything. You're automatically going to get paid for all the sales underneath of you. Okay. After your first month, to be commission qualified, you either need to have your 80 BB auto ship set up, which means about $80 worth of product on an auto ship that's going to come out of your bank account and go to you, which I always suggest leaving on. It automatically comes on when you get started. You can turn it off if you need to or want to, but I suggest leaving it on just because of that whole being a product of the product. Plus, it makes you automatically commission qualified to get paid. Second thing is you can instead have 150 volume underneath of you, which is about $150 worth of product. So once you get those 6 loyal customers, all of those people are going to buy like at least $25 to $30 worth of product each. So let's say they all do $30 worth of product, okay? You're going to see how I can't do math late at night real quick. 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180, right? You'll have like $180 underneath of you. And if it's 25, I think you'll still have the 150, right? So then you're good. You're set because you got your 6 loyal customers. Plus, they're loyal customers. So that means that they're going to get their auto shipments for at least 3 months. So you're pretty much, as long as their credit cards don't decline or anything the next couple months, you're pretty much commission qualified now for your first 3 months already automatically once you get your 6 loyal customers, because their auto ship's going to run again the next month. And so then all of that product is going to still be right underneath of you. And then again the 3rd month, and all of that product is still going to be right underneath of you. Plus, you'll probably be adding a couple customers each month underneath of you as well, and it'll be even higher. But once you're commission qualified and you have that volume underneath of you, or you have your auto ship set up and you've got your 6 loyal customers, you're going to want to go Ruby. Promoting is where you're going to really start to make money in this business. So how you promote to Ruby is you need to sign up 3 distributors. Okay, a distributor is what you are. So you joined your uplines team. You became one of their distributors. So you want 3 people to join your team, okay? Once those 3 people join your team, they each need 400 in volume underneath of them. It can be them directly, it can be them and their friend that they signed up, as long as there's 400 volume in each of these 3 legs that you now have on your team, okay? Once they have 400 volume, they become a qualified leg. So you need your 3 qualified legs, plus you as a whole need 2,000 in volume underneath of you. Okay, so you have 400, 800, 1,200 set. Plus you've got your 150 that's directly underneath of you from your 6 loyal customers. Plus you've got 80 because you're running your own auto ship. Okay, so we did 400 plus 400 plus 400 plus your 150 plus your 80. Hopefully this is making sense, guys, okay? Now, if your 3 distributors leave their auto ships on and they get $80 worth of product each, you're gonna add 80 3 more times, and you're gonna be at 1670, okay? That means you need $330 worth of volume still underneath of you, and it doesn't matter where it goes as long as it's under you or one of your legs. If that doesn't make sense, I have another video on like how to go Ruby that will go more into detail on that, okay? And I also know I keep saying volume over and over again, so let's go into that real quick and what that means, okay? So volume almost directly relates to how much a product costs. It depends on how much it costs the company to make the product as well. So for example, Thermophyte X costs $36 and it's 30 volume or bonus volume, some people call it, so BV, okay? Wraps are $59 as a loyal customer and they're 54 volume, okay? Coffee is $39 for a 15-pack bag, that's 30 volume, okay? So it's closely related. You can look up, if you go to eSuite and go to documents, there should be a document that lists, if you type in products, I'm pretty sure it should come up with something that lists all of the products and their volume and their prices on there for you. But you can also go to eSuite and go to orders and like click to go shopping or something, continue shopping or place an order and look at all the products there on your website and see like their price and their volume on there, okay? So that's where like the 150 volume directly under you or the 80 volume for your auto ship or the 2,000 volume to go Ruby, that's where the volume is coming from, okay? And you're gonna be able to keep track of all of that on eSuite under reports. And when you go to Tree Viewer, it will bring up like all of your customers and everything underneath it there. But that's also something you're gonna wanna go over with your upline in a little bit more detail. This Zoom right now that I'm doing is just kind of covering a bunch of basic information on what you need to know when you're new. Okay, oh look, I already went over everything I wanted to go over. Okay, I was gonna say the last thing, but that was the last thing. Okay, so once again, I know that was a bunch of information I just kind of threw out there. Hopefully you got something from it. If you need to watch it again, I will be putting the recording on YouTube. And if you're in my team, I'll be putting in the team chat and the team page. But I hope everybody has a good night. Y'all are awesome. I'm gonna stop the recording and then